up? What is good, y'all? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Instant Replay. You know what I'm saying? The Daily Show. You doing good, bro? What's good?
Nothing good, bro. It's nothing good, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
We all witnessed that yesterday.
yeah, we good. We got you, man. We got you. So let me get a couple things started. What's up, y'all? Hey, look, man. Hey, Tuesday show. Obviously, we didn't go last night. Monday Night Football. One of our teams are playing. We ain't going live, bro. We got to watch those games in private, bro.
No, bro.
Hey, hey, you want? I mean, hey, that's up to you if you want to give some thoughts on it, bro. Hey.
I ain't got no thoughts, man. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, man, because I ain't done this in a long time. I watched one play into the third quarter, and I just turned the shit off.
Oh shit!
And I sat there, and I was just like, you know what? You can't even be mad when you don't have expectations for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's week 11, bro. At this point, like I said before the game, the season's over for the Raiders.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I have zero expectations for them. At this point, I don't expect them to win a game out. I have. It wouldn't surprise me if they go out there next week and get embarrassed by the Browns. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
That's where I'm at. So as long as Geno Smith at this current moment is our quarterback, it's not going to change. And there's no answer for Geno Smith. So it's not going to change. You know what I'm saying? So I've come to the reality of it. I've come to the realization. So when I watch the game, I don't even watch with expectation. I just watch it to watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yesterday that just proved, like any other show, bro, I watched it to watch it until I got bored with it, and I was just like, I'm good, bro. You know what I mean? I just close it out for the night.
Hey, man, I feel you, man. Look, yo, let's see what the chat is. Yo, Riff Hunter says, yo, what's up, guys? What's good? Venom. What Venom said, what up, fellas? Hold on, let me get my drink. Hey, man, go ahead, get your drink on, bro. Hey, bro, can you play back the yo, hold on. Who is this? Who is it? It might be somebody we know, man. Hey, I apologize. I always do, because sometimes people's YouTube names don't hit me as somebody that I might know. And it probably is somebody who I know quite well watching the show right now, because you in the comments.
You know
Venom said I turned it off after Dallas got the second touchdown. Yeah. Damn, bro.
And you know what? It's crazy, man. As I scroll through Twitter right before this shit, or X, whatever, a lot of Raider fans, because you got the preposterous ones, bro. Like, fire Geno Smith, fire the whole. Bro, first chill, dog.
Yeah,
like, you say this shit every week. You know what I'm saying? Like, just trade Max Crosby. He deserves better.
Yeah.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? But you got the reasonable ones, and one of the dudes, they always say the same shit. They're like, I don't know if I'm gonna watch any Raider games as long as Geno's our quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Because the expectations just so low, dog.
I was going crazy. Yeah, but no, hey, look, man, I got you, man. Look, hey, we always you know what I'm saying? We always conversate when it comes to certain things. But I'd say it like this, bro. As long as we've known each other, and for those of y'all that don't know, we met in El Paso, you know what I'm saying? Over a decade ago, you know what I mean? It's stationed there. Bro. But we kind of be like this when it comes to football, man. And you know, that's why, you know, anybody out there watching who ain't you normally watching, man, yo, like, subscribe, bro. Join the gang, bro. We be on this thing. But you know, that's why we normally do shows on Monday nights, but not when one of our teams is playing. Because you know how we watch football games. You know what I'm saying? You ain't about to be on camera looking like a fool because you you know what I'm saying?
Hey, it would have been bad.
As a matter of fact, most football fans would probably agree with us and saying, yeah, I don't want nobody watching me watch a football game, bro. I love football, man. I know it's supposed to be fun, but sometimes, you know what I mean?
Bro, my wife, Tiffany, asks me all the time, she's like, you want me to throw you like a football party for a Raider game? I was like, no, bro. Why the fuck would you do that?
Why would you do that? You know?
I was like, bro, the only person I watch football with is Anthony, dog. I was like, other than that, I was like,
nah. Now, obviously,
I don't want to answer a bunch of questions. Now, Super Bowl or something like that, different.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, obviously, if either one of us have a rooting interest in the game, we gonna watch that shit and chill. Super Bowl, we done did this plenty of time. Yeah. Even when X, you know what I'm saying, saw excellent shouts out, said Ply should have been at the halftime. Ply, bro, hey, I don't know if any of y'all remember Plies does not belong performing at the Super Bowl halftime show. Let's just put it that way.
Nah, this was the year that who performed that year?
It was the Giants Patriots.
We had the Super Bowl at my house. Yeah, it was the Giants Patriots. And I forgot who performed that Super Bowl. It might have been the Black Eyed Peas or some shit like that.
Maybe, yeah.
But we had this sergeant named Sergeant Excellence, Haitian cat, about 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
And deepest accent ever, man. And I remember after the performance, everybody was like, yeah, you know, it was what it was. And this fool turned around, it was like, oh, this is bullshit, man. He was like, when are they gonna have a real artist like someone like Plies, man? And we all just turned around and looked at him like, fool, Plies would never fucking never perform at the halftime show. You know what I'm saying? Like, ever.
Like, the fans have turned out, Dallas got the second touchdown. The fans have come to the reality. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right, so let's we're gonna jump straight into the freshest shit that just popped off. Obviously, you saw it on the thumbnail. The college football playoff rankings, the fresh ones, have just popped out. So we're gonna throw them things up there. And hold on, get this up. So I've been trying to explain this shit for the past couple shows, and it's hard to do it because like I couldn't find the one. I think I done found. Well, it's an updated graphic for this week, but I think I done found what I was trying to explain as far as like when it comes to these at-large bids and all these people who gonna get in the playoff because there's spots set aside for them, right? So hold up. First off, let's pull this up here real quick. All right, college football playoff. Take a look right there. You got right there the teams that are going to be playing each other. I'm gonna pull it up in more detail in just a second, just to let y'all see what it looked like off rip. So you see Tulane right there. Now, when I pull up the full rankings in just a minute, you'll see what I'm talking about with the at-large bid, right? So they're going to go with the highest ranked at-large team. Hold on. Read a couple of things they said. So they're kind of trying to explain their reasoning for some of this stuff. But all right, let's get this up there. All right, so here we go. Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, and Georgia. The top three stayed the same if you were paying attention. Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M were 1, 2, and 3 last week. They all won. One of them had to come back from down 28 fucking points in the last in the second half to win, but they did their thing, right? All right, so here we go. Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M were ranked the top 3 teams in the latest college football playoff rankings released Tuesday. While Alabama dropped 6 spots to number 10 after its first loss to Oklahoma. The Crimson Tide are now behind number 9 Notre Dame, even though they have more top 25 victories, 4 than the Irish, 1. Georgia, which Alabama beat in September, moved up to number 4, while Texas Tech moved up to number 5. Ole Miss to 6, Oregon to 7, and Oklahoma 3 spots to number 8 after its winning. Now, here's the thing. First off, look, you want to put Alabama, keep them in the top 10, that's fine. They got the pedigree for it. There's many instances over the last decade where I can say I've watched rankings and been disappointed by where you put people. That's out the window. If they would have kept Alabama like in the top 6 or something, then we might have an issue. But no, they put them at 10. Here we go. However, Oklahoma went to Tuscaloosa and clapped them cheeks, bro. You mean to tell me that ain't enough to move them up no more than 3 spots? Now, look, I got it. I got all the rest of the teams. Basically, the only team ahead of them to lose was the team they beat, right? So everybody else pretty much going to stay ahead or whatever. But I happen to think that some victories, they went into Alabama and whooped ass, bro. In there and clapped. And they only go up 3 spots. So, okay, I got you. They got a couple losses on their record already.
Who the fuck is John Driver, bro?
This is an advertisement. My bad, bro. All right, so BYU is ranked number 11, followed by Utah 12, Miami 13, Vanderbilt 14, and USC at 15. The Hurricanes jumped 2 spots after a 41-7 win over NC State.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah. But they are 4 spots behind Notre Dame, a big point of contention among those at Miami in the ACC. The two teams have the same 8-2 record, but Miami beat Notre Dame 27-24 to open the season. Now, since then, and we'll get to that, since Miami beat the ranked out Notre Dame, they done lost to 2 unranked teams.
Right.
All of Notre Dame's losses are against ranked teams. So we'll get to earlier this week. Miami coach Mario Cristobal was asked how head-to-head games should be viewed in a CFP resume. Keep in mind when you ask any person from an entity, from a school, and then you say, how should they do it? What do you think their reply is going to be? My reply will be the same as a Georgia cat. How should Georgia's look? I'm going to give you a favorable Georgia response as any coach will. So they asked Miami's coach. The number one criteria is always head-to-head. It's why we play the game, right? That always has been and always will be the number one factor. Okay. The problem I have with this statement is, say, for instance, you go through 6 games. You got 1 victory through 6 games. Now, that one victory was against the number 1 team in the country. You beat them, but then you lost the next 5 games against unranked opponents. So you're telling me that because head-to-head matters so much that you're 1-6, you should be ranked ahead of that other team just because you beat them week 1 and they have no, okay? Again, I mentioned this, and it kind of gets into money, which is what the college football is all about. The college football they're going to try their damnedest not to put a bad product on the field. I always say that shit, which is why when you talk about the NFL, pro football it's a numbers game, all about records. There's always a back. Like if somebody gets a playoff spot or somebody else, numbers back that. With college football, it's an eye test. It doesn't matter if they don't think that, if they feel like, I'll put it like this, and I know people ain't gonna like the way I put this. If college football, if the playoff committee feels like you're gonna get out there and embarrass them in the playoff, they ain't gonna put you in that thing, bro. The same reason why a few seasons ago, an undefeated Florida State team didn't make the playoff because they felt like they would get their asses whooped round 1, and they didn't want that. Which is why you won't see TCU in another playoff for a long fucking time. Yeah, because you see what happened. Because what happened with the last? They made the top 4. They did beat Michigan. Then they got in there. They got fucking skull drugged through fucking goddamn by Georgia. Yeah. So what matters in college football? Make no mistake about it, bro. Right. Money is that thing. Yeah. They don't because it's all opinionated, bro. Yeah. In the NFL, in pro football, it's all numbers based. There's no person you could say, how the hell did they make the playoffs and not this team? Because they beat them on this week, they lost this week. They have it's broken down to where you know what I'm saying. If they have to go down to point differential, you know what I mean. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know what I mean. Like you can go look right now. You could look back 50, 60 seasons to see why this team didn't make the playoffs. You know what I mean. You can go back 70 seasons, bruh, and see, damn, bruh, the Chargers sucked this whole time, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew you was going every time. It's right there. Why did they suck? Boom, right here. Yeah, every time. Yeah. So there's, in other words, if I could put it as plainly as possible, when it comes to professional football, there's no errors there. There's no way. When it comes to college football, it's a lot of they literally. If you watch one of the college football playoff shows where they rank the people, when the guy who runs the committee comes on after it's over, he'll tell you, well, we felt like this team was this. There ain't no felt like in NFL. So I always try to like sort of talk about that every week when we get on here and sort of talk about the rankings. It's not numbers based, dude. They're looking at these teams thinking, if we let that team get in the 12-team playoff, are they going to get blasted by 70 and make us look dumb as fuck? That's how they look at it. It's all money and politics. You know what I'm saying? Money and politics, bro. Yeah. And I know a lot of college fans, they don't like to hear that shit. You know what I mean? That's what it is. And a lot of them don't like to hear that shit because they've always been on the favorable side, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? So... But the bottom line is, you know what I mean? That's what it is. And like you said, you know what I mean? How the fuck you can't tell me that these rankings are based solely off of the best teams
when you come out and your statement is, well, we felt like
that's what they say.
Bro,
they do
opinionated.
Yeah, no, it is. And look, they're proud of it. I'm not trying to expose the college football playoff because they already know they're like that. They make no apologies about it. But just to differentiate between college football and professional football, there's a bit of there's judgment there when it comes to that. So let's get back on here, man. So Cristobal was asked, the big difference between them is the losses. Notre Dame lost close games to 2 ranked teams, Miami and Texas A&M. Miami lost to 2 unranked teams. Okay, there's your answer. Though you did beat them in a close game. What happened when you played Louisville and SMU, Miami? You got answers for that one? Probably not. Arkansas's athletic director, Hunter Yurachek, who took over the new selection committee chair, said that the point, we really haven't compared those teams, referring to Miami, Notre Dame. That said, if both teams were to end up in a comparable tier, of course, if both teams got the same record and they both play, then of course you're going to go head-to-head, right? You would. The head-to-head will be significant data point. Texas, meanwhile, saw its large hopes take a hit. The Longhorns tumbled 7 spots to number 17 after a 35-10 loss. You know that. Illinois, Missouri, Houston, Tulane, and Arizona State rounding out the top 25. Okay, so here it is. This is what I was trying to get to last week, and I couldn't find it. This is how it explains. The 5 highest-ranked conference champions will make the 12-team field. Highest ranked. Not because in previous years it wasn't that. It was the 5 conference champions. The 5 conference champions from teams they deemed were conference. So in other words, where it says highest ranked conference champions, it used to just be 5 conferences, and they would just leave out everybody else. So now other conferences can get in there if their teams that win the conference are higher ranked than others. So the 5
SEC.
Yeah, the SEC, they go get in there. But there is a tweak to the format this year, as the committee is using a straight seeding model. The top 4 teams in the final ranking, regardless of conference, which is what it's been, conference champ will receive a first round bye. So whoever's ranked 1 through 4, it doesn't fucking matter what conference you're from. If they're all from the SEC, then they'll all be from the SEC. If they're all from the ACC, if they're all from whatever conference, that's what the top 4 will be.
So the first four ranked teams.
Yep, the top 4, and you'll see it when it gets on there. So in other words, obviously, if you can look here, you have 3 different conferences in the top 4. You got the Big Ten. You got 2. Big Ten, Ohio State, Big Ten, Indiana, Texas A&M, and Georgia are both in the SEC. But if it was other conferences, it doesn't matter the conference. The top 4 teams in the final ranking. Okay. All right. So if the playoffs were held
all
today,
4 teams, it doesn't matter. All 4 teams can be fucking, ACC, and it wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't matter. That's the top 4 ranked. Yeah. See right there, the top 4 teams in the final ranking, regardless of conference championship. Okay. All right. So if the playoffs were held today, these will be the first round matchups: Tulane and Texas Tech.
Which that's Miami. Fair. I mean,
yeah. It is because, look, man, the starting point is so off when it comes to college football. If you have a team, in which we'll talk about Tulane in a minute.
Right.
Tulane doesn't have. They're not in a Power 5 conference. They're not in any of the big conferences. But they're a good football team.
Right.
I feel they deserve a spot in there. Give them a spot. You know what I mean? That's what it works. So if Georgia Tech beats Pitt on Saturday and Virginia beats Virginia Tech next week, those 2 teams would play for the ACC championship. The winner would earn an automatic berth because they're the ACC champion. They get an automatic berth, right, as one of the 5 highest-ranked conference champions. For Miami to advance to the ACC title game, the Hurricanes have to win out. Probably not going to happen. They got to beat Virginia. Virginia, Georgia Tech, and SMU have to lose. So that's probably not going to happen. And have Duke lose one of its final 2 games. That's a lot. Georgia Tech has a 35.3% chance to win the ACC, and Virginia has – that's going to be a game. If it does end up being Georgia Tech versus Virginia, which would be a good game I've looked for. The SEC led the way once again Tuesday with 9 ranked teams, while the Big Ten has 6, the Big 12 has 5, with the additions of Houston and Arizona State. And the ACC has 3 after Pitt dropped out following his 37-15 loss to Notre Dame. So now Pitt got 3 losses. They ain't in that thing. They done.
Right.
Tulane replaced – this is the one. Tulane replaced South Florida as the top-ranked Group of 5 representative. So a team from the Group of 5 will make it as long as the top-ranked team that gives one of these teams from these smaller conferences a chance to get in after having a good season, they just it really boils down to this. Tulane probably say for instance, they went undefeated, but at the beginning of the season they started ranked 57.
Right.
At the beginning of the season, Georgia started ranked 3rd. Who has the best starting point? So if both teams go undefeated, who's liable to still be higher ranked? Georgia, right?
Right.
Tulane almost doesn't have a chance to get in there because they started so behind. This
Right.
way, a team like Tulane, who started ranked 57th, they still have a chance to make the playoff.
So my question is, what's the cutoff? Like, where do they decide, you know what I'm saying, the group of 5? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where, like, obviously you have your top 25.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But where does that group of 5 representatives begin? You know what I mean?
It starts with, okay, hold on. It starts with, like, so UCF, I know South Florida is one of them. Mm-hmm. It's basically these teams that aren't they're not part of a Power 5 conference. No Big 10, no Big 12, no SEC. They're not in the Pac-12. They're not in there. You know what I'm talking about? But instead of saying they don't deserve a chance to play for the national title because they're not in one
out of those schools, the top 5 or just
the top ranked one, the one that's top ranked
out of the group of 5. Oh, because it's 5.
Yeah. Okay. So even though Alabama dropped the number 10 Crimson Tide to Facebook, Georgia's done with the SEC play, but we would lose the tiebreaker to Alabama. Again, me and you have already talked about it. We don't care. Alabama could go play for the SEC.
The only game I care about at this current moment is Georgia Tech.
Yeah. And again, remember, look, they changed it. So like, hold up. Damn, where the hell is that shit? So it used to be when it came. Man, what the hell? Oh, it's over here. Okay. So like, just because you win the SEC, so say for instance Georgia wins out, right? They beat Georgia Tech, and they're ranked number 4, right? Say for instance they end the season ranked 3. They feel like they finished the season. They beat a ranked Georgia Tech team because Georgia Tech is ranked.
Yep.
They deserve to be 3. They still gonna be 3. The SEC champion is still gonna make the playoff regardless of what their rank is. However, they ain't gonna just bump Georgia out of the 3rd spot because because it's the top 5 again. The top 4 highest ranked teams, regardless of conference champion. So if Alabama does come back and win the SEC, that doesn't mean that
it doesn't apply shit to the top 4 or 5 rankings.
Yeah, the top 4 teams. Yeah. So,
they're just going to be SEC champions. You know what I mean? Because they had the best record in the conference. But they don't. I mean, it'll boost their rankings probably a couple spots maybe, but from 10 to the top 4, no. Yeah, especially when none of those teams. You know what I mean? As long as none of those teams lose.
Last year, the SEC champion could come in and boot the fucking a top 4 team out of its spot. They used to be able to just because it was the SEC champion. Now it doesn't matter. All right, so hold up. All right, so you see it right there. Tulane in the overall top 25 rankings is ranked number 24, but they're the highest ranked group of 5 team. So you see them slide on into the 12 team.
Tulane is actually ranked?
Yeah, they're ranked 20. They're the highest ranked group of 5.
Oh, I didn't know they were in the.
Yeah, they're.
I didn't know they were in the top 25.
Yeah. They're 20. They're shit. They ain't gonna show. They're 24. So basically, yeah. So the highest ranked group of 5 team will get that final playoff spot. And if they just so happen, if a group of 5 team was dope out there, and they would happen to be ranked number 4, guess where they be at? Where Georgia is. You know what I'm saying? So like they can get in that thing, but they're guaranteed a spot, right? So as we look at them, I mean, obviously Alabama, we've already talked about where we thought they might have fell. I thought they might have fell right outside of the top 10, but of course Alabama garnered some respect. They're gonna give them some stuff to see where they end up. Obviously, Indiana, Texas are in the top 3 in the college football poll. Let's see. Texas is toast. Yeah, so that's basically it, man. When it comes to the college football playoff, a lot of in and outs. Basically, if you want to make the playoff, right off rip, be one of the top 4 ranked teams. You're gonna get in there regardless. And then after that, obviously, you see like the teams 4 or 5 through 8. get a first round bye. So Texas Tech would have a first round bye. Oklahoma would get a bye. Ole Miss would get a bye. Then Oregon would get a first round bye at home. In this case, if the season ended right now, they'd be playing Alabama at home, which is crazy. And here's another thing, right? When you look at the rankings, right? The highest ranked conference champion, you see Miami at 11. In the actual rankings, they like number 16, 15, 16.
Yeah.
But since they're the highest
playoff ranking and shit.
Since they would be, if the season ended today, Miami would be the ACC champion. They would get in there at number 11, man. They would get in there, bro. Even though I don't know about it. I don't know if they deserve
Two things for me, man, would be, one, I would have had more respect for Miami's coach if he would have just came out and said, hey, look, we had a high caliber team last year, Heisman winning quarterback. We brought in a national championship winning, caliber quarterback. And we just didn't cut, you know what I'm saying? We didn't, keep up to par. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we failed on that aspect. And, hopefully we can make a playoff run. Instead of that little bullshit ass fucking, it's one-on-one. That's what it's always been. One-on-one, you lost to two fucking unranked teams. So
you lost to SMU, bro.
We just stop you up and just say your ass.
Yeah. I mean, so exactly what you're saying. So like, just take it, man. Y'all lost to two unranked teams. It is the way it is. The rules were out there. They tweaked them up from last year. This year, there's 12 spots. I mean, look, if you're good enough to make the 12, you got a chance, bro. Because right. We always say, you never know what the fuck could happen when it comes to some of this shit, man. So again, obviously we Dogs fans, and it looks like, you know what I'm saying, we get on in there and
indeed
handle some business. But hey, man. I think we already talked about Sunday pretty much. If we go back a little bit, hey man, the Dogs handled Texas, bro, on Saturday, man. That was a good game for Georgia, man. And I
hope that's the momentum going into the remainder of the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I honestly feel like the way we play Tech will determine how we're gonna play the Raiders.
Yes, that's massive. That is also massive. Hey man, what up? Dre, Andre, what's good, bro? Andre in the house, bro. Appreciate you stopping through, man. Yeah, he does, man. Raiders fan, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, do that thing, man. So As far as the playoff goes, again, let me get this thing pulled up here real quick. Final rankings, that came out today. Put them up there. There they are, man. So hopefully, like I said, we'll see what happens next week. But yeah, you're right. Tech is the game. Tech. I mean, we still got 2 games left. Not to sort of act like one.
Not to brush one of them off. But you know what I mean. Out of the 2. Final game, and it's always, bro. Even when Tech was winning 1-2 games, bro, they would come across the Dogs at the end of the season because that we always play at the end, and you would think, you know what I'm saying, the top 2 teams in college football were playing, bro. You know what I mean? So, and then the way if for anybody that watched the Georgia Tech game last season, I mean, that was a fight.
Oh, man. No. Don't make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it, bro. Georgia Tech, and they only lost one. Look.
Come on, man.
You right. Hey, bro, I ain't looking at Georgia Tech lightly at all in 2 weeks.
Bro. And neither are they.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Because they like, bro, we could knock these boys out the top 4.
Yeah, we play Charlotte. We play. This is who we playing this weekend, right? We got Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? 12:45.
Representing for the 49ers out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's old Dre, man. You're a 49ers fan. Yeah. But So November 20, 12:45 Saturday. That's gonna be one of them games where the game is on while I'm at work. Still, it's gonna be on the TV. I'll be watching it, disgusted. I hate watching games like that because like if something happened, I can't do nothing. I'm just like I can't do nothing anyway. But I hate to be at work
for like the first hour, bro. I was like, hey, I got a meeting. And I just be in there just fuck. You know what I mean? I was a meeting. Fucking horrible, bro.
We'll go over a couple of these real quick before we bounce up out of here. Get ready. But I was looking at the schedules, and I thought it's Georgia's like volleyball team or something. I was like, wait, Georgia got a Thursday game? Nah. It wasn't.
What was it?
They got because since I follow Georgia on ESPN.
Yeah.
No, it's just it's like volleyball or soccer. since I follow Georgia on ESPN, every time Georgia has a game, no matter what the sport is, they notify me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I seen a Thursday game, and I was like, wait, a Thursday game? I know that game against what's name ain't Thursday, but
no, I got you. I got what you're saying.
No, this thing.
Because you just got like the school announcements and shit of any game, pretty much.
Yeah, it shows up at the game at the top right there. All right. Oh, you know what? I ain't even got to do that. All right, here we go, y'all. We gonna run back through these real quick. All right, these are picks from the previous week. Let me
garbage.
We both went 9-6 again, bro.
For real? God damn, dog.
Yeah, we had a couple of. Is it me and fool? I guess it ain't. All right, anyway, if y'all can see that right there, obviously we both picked the Patriots. They won. Dolphins. They won. We both picked the Falcons. They got drugged. Bucks, Chargers. I got the helmet pick. They got clapped up. Jaguars
better teams,
yeah, man. Hey, Bears. All right, we both picked them. Packers won. Steelers, Texans. You got the Titans. You still, I think you're gonna ride with your boy Cam for the remainder, bro. I
got you, dog.
Yeah, you been riding with them all season, man. 49ers, Cardinals. Obviously, you saw what happened right there. 49ers come out on top. Rams, Ravens, both. Chiefs got the block knocked off their ass.
Bro, I told you.
Hey, you was right. Hey, you was right, bro. You was right, man. I just figured. I said, man, if they can't do it,
the Chiefs ain't the same, and the Broncos are something different, dog.
Yeah, they are, man. You hate to say it, don't you?
I do, bro. I do, because the Raiders still suck.
Hey,
you know
let me tell you something, man. Hey, this is real talk, though, dog. For the longest time, and we both has been in those kind of divisions, man. And same thing with the Lions, bro. Like the Lions, for the longest time, they didn't have good squads, man. And all of a sudden, you know how they've been the past 4 seasons. That's what and I hate to say it, but that's the same way what you just said about the Broncos, man. They got a squad, man.
That's why, bro, I've seen, obviously I've been a Raiders fan for 38 years that I can remember, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously knowing the history of the AFC and the AFC West in general, the AFC West has always teetered in eras, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Raiders had their era for a while.
John
Madden era, and bled into like the John Gruden era.
Yeah.
The Chiefs had their era. You know what I'm saying? Even without the championships, the Chargers had their era with the Antonio Gates, the Daniel Tomlinson. I mean,
Phillip
they
Rivers,
just ran into, Phillip Rivers. They just ran into fucking, Tom Brady at his in the beginning and shit, Peyton Manning and shit like that.
Manning, yeah. And then
the Broncos, obviously, John Elway, you know what I'm saying, all going back and doing all that shit. So all of them have. That's why it's bittersweet, because it's like, as a Raiders fan, it's like, the time's eventually gonna come, and when it comes, it's gonna last a little bit, because that's how it is. History repeats itself. When it comes up, I mean, it's been 20 years, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, look at the Broncos. The Broncos had sucked for a long ass time till they got Peyton Manning. They only had Peyton Manning for what, 2-3 years, 4 years?
I think it was 4, yeah, 4.
You know what I'm saying? And they've sucked since.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the Chargers have been a choke artist since Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the Chiefs, let's be honest, this has been their only good era since we started the NFL. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
It is what it is, man. The Chiefs, they had their time. I feel like the Broncos are going to run it for a little bit. I can always count on the Chargers to choke. You know what I'm saying? So,
This past week, yeah. Nah, yeah. He was one of them. He was, you're right. Phillip Rivers, he did catch the Jordan effect. A little bit of the Jordan effect, which Jordan's was a little bit different because, Jordan held a lot of Hall of Famers from rings, bro. Karl Malone, John Stockton, Patrick Ewing. There was a lot of cats that played when Jordan played that he just said, nah, you can't have a ring, my brother. And then he left for 2 seasons, Elijah Wan got him too, and then he was out there.
Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I feel you, man. It is cyclical, man. So, yeah, man. Yeah, it does look like, though, honestly, as we look at the scores, hey, they're going to be hurting this offseason. I know you find much pleasure You know what I'm saying? And Chiefs like it might missing the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed, they are. They have a 35% chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody counting or nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dog, they'd have to have some miraculous shit happen for them to be. for them.
Bruh, see, now this is the moment we talked about in the beginning of the season. Okay?
What's that?
The Raiders have nothing to play for,
except for
the last game of the season is against the Kansas City Chiefs. If you don't believe that game for the Chiefs will have some type of fucking liability as far as whether they make the playoffs or not, you're crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's probably gonna come down.
And this season will be nothing better.
Yep,
than all the trials and tribulations to spoil they shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I feel you, man. I feel
you, bro. That's all I'm looking forward, dog. I don't care about the Broncos game. I don't care about the Chargers game. I don't care about the Browns game. It's that last game of the season, dog.
Yeah. Hey, man. It's that's I mean that. hey, did you just explain pretty much your entire season? And like as far as you got left, you know you ain't making the playoffs. You know you hey. And you know what, bro? Hey, look at the time for that while I pull this up. See what time that game is. Is it?
Oh, what that game?
That last game.
Hey,
that last game. That might be something.
When do the Raiders and the Chiefs play again?
The Chiefs take on the Raiders on January 4th, 2026. The time hasn't been announced yet.
Because they might need that game
they might flex that game.
Yeah.
That might be a time game.
What it's in Vegas, right? Yeah. No, it's in Vegas.
It is.
Yeah. Hey, bro.
It is.
All right, so
fuck it is, bro.
If you look how we done rounded out right here.
What are we looking at? 85 to 79, or 85 to 79, 96 to 86, 96 68. Nah, bro. I'm gonna need a recount on that right there.
Hey, it's correct, dog. I gotta check it like a billion times.
Nah, hey, every 9 week right there, bro. I don't know about that one.
Wait, week 9? What you talking about?
That week 8, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Oh, week 8. Hey, bro. You made some bad picks. Hey,
obviously, I made 9 bad choices, though.
Hey, no, I think that week in particular, you was dread up like I ain't picking no teams from the AFC West. I don't give a damn.
Probably not, dog. Probably not.
Yeah. Oh, but 9-6 last week. We pretty much been last couple weeks 96 and 68, 85 and 79. As far as it goes,
we started off hot.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The
first 2 weeks.
Look at that,
matter of fact, with the third week, we got a little too high on some teams. Probably my pack.
You know what I'm saying?
Cleveland, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Took a couple gambles. You know what I mean?
Hey, matter of fact, now that you talk about it, that week 8, that was the one that made the difference, pretty much, man. Right there.
Week 8 and week 6.
Yeah. So they go to.
You went 12-3 week 6.
Yeah, 12-3, man. That shit. Hey,
disgust, bro.
Disgust. All right, man. So, hey, I ain't got nothing else, man. We'll be back tomorrow night. We're gonna jump on here, do some game picks for week 12 as we get ready to, the season.
Who plays Thursday night football?
Shit, let me look right quick, bro.
Can't even think off the top of my head. Hey Siri, who plays Thursday night football?
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Yeah, that's easy.
The Bills take on the Texans on Thursday.
Bills versus Texans.
That's important. That game's important though for both teams, though. It is important. It's
important for both teams, but it's also heavy sided on one side. You know what I
mean? Yeah. So hey, man, I will say this: it took Josh Allen 3 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns to win on Sunday. It took that much, and the Texans defense,
defense got some fire though.
Yeah, they nice. And it's CJ Stroud. Is he coming back tomorrow night? What's good with him, or Thursday night?
I guess we'll find out, man.
Hey, man. Hey, look. All I know is this. And look, we both can attest to this before we bounce. All I know is this. The Bills went to Atlanta a few weeks ago and got the cheeks clapped off of them. And then the very next week, the Dolphins clapped the cheeks off the damn Falcons. So you know what?
It's not
Bills
impossible.
Can be had. Bills can be had, man. As a matter of fact, I will look at more as this game gets closer. And I know we're going to pick games tomorrow, but I might be picking the Texans.
Now, you know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I mean? Is this due to the internal problems they got going on?
Who's that?
Could be. I mean, the Bills.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man.
You know what I mean? They got issues with the wide receiver. They got issues. You know what I mean? Like,
there's a lot of stuff going on with them, and that's why, like, I mean, look, they literally pulled out. Look, Josh Allen, he's a dope ass dude. He played fire as hell, but he did have to put a lot of shit in there for them to win on Sunday. So, we'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll talk about everything else. Do our game picks for the rest of the weekend. Hey, yo, let me get this turned off. Appreciate everybody who jumped in and watched, man. Shouts out to y'all, and we shall return. Hold up. Yeah, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.
24, bro.